Welcome back. Every morning on Get Up DC, we are asking where's the money because we know that life is getting more and more expensive. And this morning we're talking about millennials falling into debt according to one of the nation's leading nonprofit credit counseling agencies. The data also shows that they are more likely to do something other generations are not. Josh Sidoritz has this story.
33-year-old Nick March turned to credit cards as a lifeline.
At the time, we weren't really making a lot of money to make ends meet, get groceries, that type of thing. We were going to school.
But what started as necessity, he says, quickly snowballed as he racked up $28,000 in debt.
Definitely a daunting number. Since we didn't really have experience with credit cards before, we just kind of let that get a little bit more out of control, doing a little bit of unnecessary spending. And then it got to a point where we couldn't really pay the interest on it.
Faced with rising rent, ballooning interest rates, and stuck with student loans, millennials, the generation born between 1981 and 1995, are now the ones most asking for help to dig out of credit card debt.
43%, the largest group of all new clients coming in, are millennials.
Serving clients nationwide, nonprofit credit counseling agency Money Management International said it's a significant trend away from what had been their typical clients in their 40s and 50s.
I will say the positive thing about millennials is they are willing to take action. They actually turn out to be the most receptive to financial counseling, making them most likely to overcome their financial challenges.
March says MMI worked with his creditors to negotiate lower interest rates into the single digits, setting him up on a plan to pay off his debt within 3 years.
Having that sort of like end date of when all of this will be paid off is kind of like the, okay, now we can look at getting a house. Now we can, be free of all of this, and it will feel like a huge weight is lifted off our shoulders.
Josh Sidoritz, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Okay, so I want to share 3 key pieces of advice from Money Management International. First, they say if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't wait. The earlier you reach out for help, the more options you'll have to avoid bankruptcy or long-term damage. Also, consider a spending diary. They recommend tracking every single dollar for 30 days, and it's one of the fastest ways to actually spot unnecessary expenses. And finally, ask your creditors directly about hardship programs, any help out there, because many people don't realize this, but lower interest or payment plans may already exist. You just have to ask. You have to do your homework.
That's right.
Yeah. We have more information on ways to save on our webpage, WUSA9.com, or you can text the word money to 202-895-5599, and we'll send that information straight to your phone.